I have 39 counties that I represent in Iowa, and they all are rural. They're all small Main Street businesses, and this was a great thing. The Employee Retention Tax Credit did exactly what it did. It sounded like, right? It created payroll at a time when government was requiring businesses to shut down. So it was very critical. And I get it. I mean, when you roll something out so fast, you're trying to resolve something, you're going to have a lack of clarity. You're going to have a struggle with eligibility and stuff like that. But think of how much time has gone past now since this has actually occurred. I mean, it's been, almost 18 months to 2 years. And we still have businesses that have little guidance from the IRS, little education on who qualifies, and very little customer service, which all my small businesses are really struggling with. So my question is this, Mr. Gray, what can we do? Solution, it seems like there's a lack of education or there's a lack of IRS guidance on the ERTC, and obviously it's creating fraud, related to fraud. Do you have any solutions of what we can do in this area?
Excellent question. I'm glad you asked it. I'll try to be quick. Number one, like offshore accounts, and they did with the cryptocurrency, send out some soft letters, send out. So if they right now would send a letter to everybody that's got the credit and everybody in the future, and in this letter say, you need to file the amended return,
Yep.
the income tax return. Here's the most common reasons, like they just issued this memo, council memo on the supply chain.
Yep.
That right there, that letter yesterday changed to client. So communicating this letter, these are the most common mistakes that are being made. Offer an amnesty program to where that if non-for-profit yesterday in Atlanta, the woman's a volunteer. She signed it and she now realizes it's wrong.
Right.
But now she doesn't have any guidance on how to give it back.
Correct.
So when people want to come forward and say, I made an honest mistake, I didn't know, allow an avenue to do that. On the 941X, start today and say there's going to be accountability to whoever is assisting and doing that clerical work. Who are you? Sign it. What's your fee, or how are you charging? But my point of it is that type of stuff is even bigger than the guidance. And then finally, IRS doesn't have a permanent chief counsel.
Dear friends, surprising news has just been released. Many Americans are now going into debt and slipping into poverty. Some states have approved monthly benefit boosts for select low-income households, and benefit checks worth as much as $1,000 are set to arrive for hundreds of thousands of Americans. My dear friends, please do me a big favor and watch until the end of this video. Also, this coming Friday and all Fridays, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. My friends, if you would like to enter these weekly giveaways, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. So according to Yahoo News, Americans who turned into personal loans to manage outstanding balances on credit cards are finding themselves back in credit card debt months later. A recent survey conducted by TransUnion found that borrowers who use a personal loan to consolidate their credit card debt saw their balances decrease by 57% on average. Researchers from LendingTree found similar results, with borrowers once again starting to pile on credit card debt only 3 months after consolidation. The data underscores what seems like a growing debt problem for many Americans, as total balances hit an all-time high. Interest rates remain north of 20%, and delinquencies start to tick up. Borrowers turn to unsecured personal loans to consolidate their debt because the interest rates on those loans are much lower than on credit cards. The average rate on a personal loan is under 10% if you have a good credit. Credit card rates have soared above 20%. Tracking the rate hikes from the Federal Reserve to combat inflation. According to Yahoo News, the pay-down strategy only works if borrowers change their credit card ways after consolidating, and that is not happening. TransUnion also found borrowers reduced how much of their credit limits they used, from 59% to an average of 14% after consolidation. Just 18 months later, those same borrowers were using 42% of their available credit, regardless of their risk tier. Matt Schultz, LendingTree chief credit analyst, says that inflation and lack of crisis-induced stimulus cash have pushed borrowers to rely more on credit cards recently. With interest rates marching higher, those debts can become hard to wrangle in. The shifting of balances may continue as credit card debt rises. For instance, total unsecured loan balances grew to $232 billion in the second quarter. That is the highest level on record. Just over half of credit card borrowers could not pay off their entire balance each month and let the debt roll over from one month to the next. That was the first time that the share of Americans revolving their debt was higher than the portion who paid their bill in full. A separate study showed that the youngest adults were already worse off, slipping into delinquency at higher rates compared to other age groups. Experts have said that this problem could worsen once federal student loan payments resume later this year. There has also been an increase in poverty across the United States. Between 1989 and 2019, 19.4 million Americans lived in areas of persistent poverty. Persistent poverty can be defined as an area that has consistently had poverty rates at 20% or above for a long duration, typically 30 years. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts on all of this? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. The United States Department of Agriculture, Food and Nutrition Services adjusts SNAP maximum allotments, deductions, and income eligibility standards at the beginning of each federal fiscal year, which will be October 1st. These adjustments are based on the cost of living, which is the amount of money needed to support a basic standard of living. For 2024, the Food and Nutrition Service increased maximum allotments and shelter caps for most U.S. states and territories. Maximum allotments for the 48 states, Washington, D.C., Alaska, Guam, and the U.S. Virgin Islands all have increased. Meanwhile, the amount decreased by $35 for SNAP recipients is in the state of Hawaii. Most Colorado households with incomes at less than 200% of the federal poverty level are eligible for SNAP benefits. A household of one has a gross income limit of $2,266 a month, while a household of four is limited to $4,626. Benefits in Colorado will begin sending out payments for September in 5 days. California's SNAP program will also send the first payment for September, which is worth up to $1,691 to residents in 6 days. Around 13% of California's population receives CalFresh assistance, amounting to nearly 5 million residents of California each month. Well, my greatest and most amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. My dear friends, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for being part of this community. To say thank you, I will be announcing winners every Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. Please make sure that you enter the giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.